Hey everybody, Goldie here, and taking a look at some of the characters in my roster. One of my personal favorites that I have finally taken up, Lex Luger, the total package, defensive technician. This was the free-to-play Lex that everybody got in whatever MLC it was that people got him. 21k trainer ability, blue moves start with 2 MP and multiply gems generate from moves. Will increase their strength by 1. WCW link, Attitude Era link, no gear as of yet, but I have been asked multiple times because a lot of people have been acquiring the Usos cap plate lately. And my personal top 3 for that plate are Tech Becky, Tech Jimmy, and Tech Lex. And I have Tech Becky at 6 silver. Tech Jimmy I have not worked up yet. I will take him 6 silver eventually because I do enjoy the card. And Tech Lex, I finally got him there. I have the Usos cap. We were going full silence gem. So how does he look? If you have an Usos cap, how does he look? Also, Faction Boss gives you a defensive option for green and silence. I know that Zombie Dominic is also defensive for green gems. But if there is a silence gem boss, this will give you an option. Tech Jimmy is aggressive. So that's 2 classes there. I believe Hall of Fame Nash is focused. He's also one of those Uso cap users. So there's an option there. But anyways, what does this plate even do? Whenever you generate, whenever you make 8 or more silence gems, increase your green gem damage by 150% for 3 turns. So we stack a lack. I have a green defensive stance on him. You get those from maxing war score in feud for the 75 mil weekends. I don't really know. Is there a plate? Maybe the deafening silence plate. Whenever you break 4 or more black, generate 10 random green. Just to, chuck out a couple more. Oh, that's right. These reset. All right, let's do that. Maybe we break 4 black gems in a cascade, and then we just get a little Mo Pala. We gonna see. But I'm going to do this a couple ways. The first way is going to be top end. If you have all the bells and whistles in terms of trainers and coaches, those being Rosie and Zombie Hogan. But the build for me, triple green, torture rack submission 10 MP, 22 random gems, 126k damage for 3 turns, remaining turn into silence, attitude adjustment, make 35 silence into green, and the rib breaker 18 random into silence. So Rosie is super double beneficial here. 2 green MP along with the 100% silence gem damage. If you don't have Rosie, in terms of like high end, I don't have my Big Papa Pump worked up. He is also plus 2 green MP and green gem damage. I don't have him worked up yet. He's 50% green and 2 MP though. These being 8 MP moves, probably gonna need double MP. If you don't have them and you're okay to wait a turn, we're gonna do some trainer alternatives afterwards. But Rosie for the plus 2 green and 100% silence gem damage. George the Animal Steel for green MP. Johnny Gargano. Silence gems do 15% more damage. Moves that generate silence gems will create 1 more silence gems for making 19. And then the elusive Zombie Hogan, who I never thought I would have on my roster, but lo and behold, I have him on my roster now. 17k coach ability. Silence gems do 50% more damage. So I'll run him a couple times with this build, and then I will swap in maybe some more realistic. Just because you have an Usos cap doesn't mean you have all sorts of good stuff, because they did make that plate fairly obtainable in the last couple events. So we can do Mutant Cena and Showboat Lex. Showboat Lex was a chase character for lower leagues. Molly Holly I think is harder to get. So we're definitely going to try this build afterwards. Mutant Cena, Showboat Lex, just to see more silence gems, kind of reducing. You're taking away 150% silence gem damage to get 5 more silence gems, but we'll see. Let's do this a couple times. See if this is a good Usos cap option. All right, so we are starting with 83k. What I would do personally, keep in mind max tour perks makes everything available turn 1. If everything is available turn 1 in terms of a line bonus, I would hit the sub first. Spit out some random gems, and that's going to help maybe bridge some of the gaps here. He's obviously going to get a purple match because that's how it works. But 83k on the green gems, 140k on the green silence, and we haven't hit the plate yet. 19 random into silence. So 134 on green, 191 on silence gems, and 35 of those are going to turn into green gems. Full recycle. If he kicks out, we're going to stack the plate. That's a very generous cascade. Oh, that's right. We had the deafening silence. So 8.9. That was generous, I think. I don't see this card being a turn 1 win. I see this as being similar to Tech Jimmy and Tech Becky. You're kind of stacking the damage, playing for a turn 2, maybe a turn 3, depending on what's going on. But let's run that again just to see if we get a different number. I think what I'm going to do now is, instead of doing the sub, he's going to hit us and probably pin us. But this should maybe be a 2-turn stack now. Let's just double check. 134, 191. He should kick out. Yeah, 2.2. We're kind of all over the place, but we're playing for the stack. Oh no, he pinned me. So 134, 191. What we doing? 185, 242. We're into big numbers around here. Oh, yeet. Shout out to the defensive. So 6.7. 6.7. I enjoy that. And if something goes wrong, you have the sub just to make sure you don't get hit. But let's change up the entourage a little bit and see how this would look with maybe a more free-to-play friendly build. All right, let's run that back with some different people. Mutant Cena, 5 more silence gems, and I considered using Showboat Lex, and I went, nah, you know what? We're going to do the full free-to-play approved version of this. Full free-to-play approved. In terms of damage output, you can click stats when you're setting your entourage, and this way you get a comparison. So I don't remember what our base is. Let's just take this off so we know. 34,000 is our base. So Lacey makes it 40k, which is obviously not as high as using Showboat Lex. Basic math. But in the interest of free-to-play approved, we're going to use Lacey. If you have Showboat Lex, use Showboat Lex, but that's besides the point. And we went and put the defensive stance plate back on because true free-to-play is in this house. So less damage, more gems. Let's see how this compares. All right. As you can see, no Rosie. Not ready. That's fine. So 90k base. Our base is higher on the green gems, folks. Our base is higher. Our silence gem damage, not so much, but our base is high. So turn 1. 3 point. Okay. All right, kick out so we can stack this, because this might be... This might hold up, folks. This might hold up. I think 8.9 was the big hit from the Rosie Zombie Hogan. But we'll see. He left us with like none, so 197. But more gems. I think it might be close. LOL JK. 4.8. 4.8. I do want to see what happens when you do a full rotation, load the sub, hit the sub, and then have more gems on the board, just for transparency's sake. I honestly should have just swiped green gem, but whatever. That don't stack though. The sub probably won't stack too, but whatever, let me see. You might actually. Meh. Okay, whatever. But more silence gems on the board. Like almost the entire board is silence gems, so. Got them all. Ooh, okay, 7.2. 7.2, free to play, approved. Free character, free to play Honorage. Uso cap was obtainable. The belt is only a 40% gem. You don't need an ultimate. Those are gettable during feuds. I like it, folks. Free to play approved. I like it. I like the options. So, Tech Jimmy, maybe not free to play, but if you happen to have him, that's your aggressive option. Lex would be your defensive option. We got options, folks. Lex is a healer. So, let me know what you think in the comments. How do you like Tech Lex? I know he's got other builds, but this was more of an Uso Cap focused video. Let me know your Uso Cap favorites in the comments. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend. Free to play approved.